My name is Amy Johnson. During my prenatal checkup, Evan walked into the hospital with his secretary Sophia for her gynecological exam. The sight hit me like a punch to the gut, triggering contractions that sent blood streaming down my legs. As nurses rushed my blood-stained white dress to the ER, Evan shielded Sophia's eyes with his palm. "Don't look," he said coldly. "It's disgusting." The night of my DNC procedure when I needed family consent, Evan's phone answered with feminine gasps. "Evan's occupied." A breathy voice purred. "Stop bothering him." I hung up calmly and dialed another number. "Alex. Wipe all my records. I'm disappearing from New York. Finally coming to your senses?" My brother's voice warmed through the receiver. "Consider it done in 2 weeks." Evan's call came 60 seconds later. The old me would have scrambled to answer. Now I declined without hesitation. His follow-up text glared from my screen. "Stop this tantrum, Amy. Don't expect me to call again." My fingers flew across the keyboard. "Won't need to." One tap blocked his number forever. His assistant called as I reviewed Alex's encrypted files. "Mr. Smith's in negotiations," the sycophant announced. "He says not to exploit your pregnancy for attention." I studied Sophia's new diamond ring glowing on social media, her post gushing tonight's perfection. He finally proposed. Beneath intertwined hands. The man's distinctive knuckle mole mocked me from the photo. Powering off my phone, I told the surgeon, "I'll sign myself in." 7 days later, the assistant collected me from the hospital. "Mr. Smith stayed at the plaza last night," he explained, handing me breakfast. "He thought you'd want these fish balls." The stench of seafood hit like a gut punch. He'd forgotten my hyperemesis gravidarum. We pulled onto Fifth Avenue as Evan's convertible sped past, Sophia's laughter trailing through open windows. "Ms. Davis was unwell," the assistant stammered. "Mr. Smith merely gave her a ride." My thumb circled the empty space where my wedding band had been. "Return this to him." The lie slid smoothly off my tongue. 6 years of hidden marriage. Always dropped blocks from his office like dirty laundry. Through the car window, I watched my diamond roll across the assistant's palm, the final piece of Amy disappearing into sunlight. Amy had only been dating Evan for a few months. Yet he'd already made sure the entire company knew about their relationship. I walked into the office calmly, meeting pitying glances from colleagues who didn't know we'd secretly married last year. To everyone else, I remained Evan's official girlfriend while he kept our marriage hidden. When Evan stormed into my office 30 minutes later, his first words weren't about my week-long absence. "You had your assistant return our wedding ring?" He slammed his palm on my desk. The masculine band on his ring finger glinting under fluorescent lights, the matching set to Sophia's new jewelry I'd seen on her Instagram. "What's your game, Amy? Shouldn't I be asking you that?" My gaze dropped to where he'd instinctively covered the ring with his other hand. The original platinum bands I'd chosen still sat in my nightstand drawer. Rejected years ago when Evan claimed startup founders shouldn't look tied down. His jaw tightened as I pulled up the resignation letter on my computer. "Sophia likes this design. If you want something different, I'll buy you another style later." "Fine." My fingers trembled slightly as I saved the document. The coldness in my voice surprised even me. At lunchtime, whispers trailed me to the elevator. "Did you see Mr. Smith's ring? Matches Sophia's perfectly. But didn't he say jewelry distracts from work?" The chatter died when HR manager Thompson greeted me with strained politeness. Rain sheeted against floor-to-ceiling windows as Evan's assistant lingered by my door at 6 p.m. "Mr. Smith has a client dinner below us." Evan held an umbrella for Sophia as she ducked into his Tesla, laughing at some private joke. That night, the smell of takoyaki made me gag. "Your midnight craving," Evan announced, tossing the takeout box on our bed before showering. His phone lit up with a new message, "Thanks for braving the storm for me." Shame about the plum juice though, attached to Sophia's pouting selfie. Memories surfaced, me retching bile at 3 a.m. last month, begging for anything sour to settle my stomach. "You're not made of glass," he'd snapped, rolling over in bed. Wait till morning. The bathroom door opened. Not hungry? Evan frowned at untouched food. Not anymore. He swept the container into the trash with sudden violence. This tantrum ends now. Amy. One missed ultrasound doesn't make me Hitler. Morning brought croissants and his business trip announcement. Pick something from Paris. When I shook my head, he slammed his briefcase. Grow up. His phone rang as I plated breakfast. Sophia's client wants your sweet and sour fish. He barked later, adjusting the tie I ironed. Have it ready by 3. I waited until his Tesla disappeared before emailing HR and my obstetrician. The resignation included a PS, please forward all future communications to my lawyer. Rain blurred the skyline as deliverymen carried packed boxes downstairs. Evan's favorite whiskey collection stayed on the wet bar. Except for the 1982 Lafayette Rothschild, currently soaking the prenup documents in our kitchen sink. I lowered my head to read the text from my brother Alex. Amy. The divorce papers need Evan's signature. I'll handle the rest. After a moment's silence, I replied, okay. Evan frowned slightly at the breakfast I didn't personally prepare but left without comment. My exceptional fish cooking skills, honed to chef-level perfection through countless failed attempts during college, had always been for him. When his startup struggled to impress that coastal client years ago, my signature sweet and sour fish saved the deal, earning Evan Enterprises its first major contract and steady income to support our foster parents. Dark clouds gathered over the city that afternoon. Instead of his assistant, Evan's call came through, meet me at the usual place with the fish. Sophia's girlish voice chimed in before I could respond. Amy. Evan says you're making my favorite dish. I can't wait. The line went dead. Drenched and shivering, I entered the private dining room to find Evan kissing Sophia's forehead under mood lighting. She pretended fluster at my arrival. I had no idea it was raining. I just asked for snacks. Evan chuckled, tweaking her nose. Don't worry. Amy's not the sensitive type. Sophia batted her lashes. We're playing truth or dare. Join us. She wouldn't know fun if it bit her. Evan scoffed. Stepping forward, I produced the documents. Mr. Smith. The Williams Group contracts require your immediate signature. Sophia pouted. Work again? You promised me tonight. Evan skimmed the first few pages and scrawled his name. Persistent to a fault. Aren't you? He sneered. As I turned to leave, his voice halted me. Wait. Why are there extra pages? New liability addendum from legal. I began retrieving the sheet when Sophia clung to his arm. Evan. The game. Enough. He snapped at me. Nothing matters tonight except Sophia. Thunder cracked as I exited. Their voices carried through the door. The fish is cold. Did she sabotage it because she hates me? Toss it. Darling. Examining the blisters from frying that damned fish, I photographed the buried divorce papers for Alex. Rain lashed my face as I ran. Midnight brought Alex's text, all set. New ID delivered. Flight at 7 a.m. Welcome home. Amy. At dawn, Evan's assistant appeared with luggage. Mr. Smith needs these at the airport, and this. He pushed forward a Pepto-pink suitcase clearly belonging to Sophia. Of course. I smiled, hoisting both bags. At departures, Sophia clung to Evan like a koala. Amy's so strong. Evan says she's built like an ox. But I can't even carry my purse. He avoided my gaze. Sophia's assisting this trip since, well, safe travels. My serene smile unsettled him. As they disappeared through security, I handed the pink suitcase to a wide-eyed janitor. Lost and found? I winked, striding toward my freedom flight. Sister Amy, Evan was just looking out for you. Now that you're pregnant, you should rest at home. So she knew about the pregnancy. But none of it mattered anymore. Amy Johnson. Our appointment time is coming up. Let's go. Sophia whispered urgently. All right. Suppressing his unease, Evan Smith gazed at her affectionately. Let's go. Sophia turned to me with playful eyes. Goodbye, Amy. Goodbye. Hopefully forever. My smile vanished as they disappeared through the boarding gate. Removing the SIM card from my phone, I grabbed my new identification documents and suitcase, heading toward a different departure terminal. Evan couldn't shake his growing anxiety from the moment they boarded. Sophia's constant chatter, once endearing, now grated on his nerves. "Evan? Are you okay?" she asked, batting her lashes. "Fine. Let's keep moving." He stiffened when a man behind them scolded. "You shouldn't carry heavy luggage while pregnant. Are you trying to risk the baby?" The memory of Amy casually dragging her suitcase flashed through his mind. Sophia bit her lip. I didn't know pregnant women shouldn't lift things. She's always been sturdier than most," Evan muttered. Their tension escalated when a nearby passenger shrieked. "Are you insane? I'm nauseous enough without your fish balls and squid snacks. Is this your mistress' idea?" "No. My sister? Since when do siblings share food like lovers?" "Disgusting." Evan abruptly stood, only to be restrained by flight attendants. "Sir, please remain seated for takeoff." His hands trembled as he dialed Amy's number. "The number you have reached is no longer in service." WeChat messages bounced back with red warnings. She'd changed everything, numbers, accounts, vanished completely. Meanwhile, I blinked at the arrival gate announcement. My new reality still surreal. 3 figures rushed toward me, my birth family I'd only discovered 3 years prior. "Amy, you're finally home." Alex engulfed me in a bear hug. My parents wept openly. "We're just glad you're safe." Their limousine overflowed with gourmet snacks, fresh peonies, and plush toys. "Did you stalk my preferences, Alex?" I teased through tears. Their nervous laughter confirmed they'd painstakingly researched every detail. The real surprise came at the mansion. My adoptive parents waited in the foyer. "Mom? Dad?" I collapsed at their feet. 28 years of gratitude and guilt pouring out. Disappearing completely meant bringing everyone you love, Alex explained later. My childhood guardians now lived 3 houses down in the gated community. That night, as I soaked in my rose gold bathroom, Mom brought homemade lasagna. "We've missed so much," she whispered, brushing my hair. By midnight, curled under my canopy bed's silk sheets, I finally understood true belonging. Across the ocean, Evan stared at Sophia's ultrasound photo, nausea rising for entirely different reasons. I slept like a baby and naturally woke up the next afternoon. Grabbing my phone, I realized I'd forgotten to log out of WeChat before leaving. Dozens of messages flooded in, some from former clients, others from ex-colleagues. A female coworker I'd been friendly with had texted frantically, "Amy, where have you been? The office is in complete chaos." Before I could respond, her messages kept exploding like popcorn. "Mr. Smith showed up this morning when he was supposed to be on a business trip. Turns out he flew to Paris but bought a return ticket alone, ditching Sophia there. He stormed HR and fired the department head. When Sophia finally crawled back, he forced her on indefinite leave. That homewrecker's getting her karma, everyone's laughing at her now. You should come back before she takes advantage." I left it on read. Whatever drama unfolded between Evan and Sophia meant nothing to me now. To cut ties completely, I deleted my old account and created a new one. My new family slowly healed my heart. After daily visits to my adoptive parents, I'd go shopping with my biological mother. Over weeks, I discovered the Johnsons' wealth far exceeded my imagination. Nurtured by love and security, I began rediscovering myself. One mall outing, Mom went to get the car while I waited at the exit. An unknown number flashed on my screen. "Hello? Who's this?" Silence. Assuming a wrong number, I hung up. Suddenly, a dark shadow engulfed me. Looking up, I found Evan clutching his phone, face stormy as a hurricane. My smile died as I turned to leave, but he dragged me into a secluded corner, pinning me against cold marble. "Amy, are you done with this childish disappearing act?" His voice shook with barely contained rage. "Blocking me? Erasing yourself?" There's limits to tantrums. Confusion warred with logic. Evan. We're divorced. Leave me alone. Divorced? His eyes blazed crimson. Since when? I never agreed. Since when do you decide this alone? I frowned. Alex had assured me the lawyers handled everything. Check civil records if you doubt it. Neither of us gets unilateral say. That signature was trickery. He roared, shaking my shoulders. It means nothing. You'll always be my wife. His passionate declaration curdled my stomach. Respect me. Yourself. And Sophia. We're done. Realization dawned on him. This is about Sophia. We're innocent. Amy. Her brother's my childhood friend. She's dying. The proposal was just granting her final wish to experience marriage. I stared. Incredulous. Stage 4 cancer. Months left. His gaze pleaded for understanding. She wanted normalcy before, we never crossed lines. Absurdity choked me. If she wanted pregnancy next, would you oblige too? Don't be crude. He flushed. Sophia would never dash. Keep playing white knight then. I twisted free. But we're divorced. Stay away. Our baby dash, his voice broke. We have a future. Come home. Ice crystallized in my veins. Lost it. The day you took Sophia to the hospital. Liar. His grip turned bruising. You're lying. Unhand my daughter. My mother's shout echoed through the parking garage as she charged toward us. Keys jingling like war bells. When Evan grabbed my arm with such desperation, Alex immediately stepped in, shielding me behind him while glaring at Evan with palpable hostility. Evan seemed to snap back to reality. But before he could speak, Alex signaled his men to rush over. They pinned Evan down and threw the divorce decree in his face. I've wanted to punch you for ages. Alex growled. If you wanted to cheat, you should have been honest instead of playing these self-aggrandizing martyr games. You got so absorbed in your own theatrics that you forgot they were fake? Stay away from my sister. Or next time won't be a warning. Evan tore the document to shreds without glancing at it. His eyes locked on me. Amy. I messed up. Come home. We've been together for years, you're my whole world. Let's pretend none of this happened. Okay? Alex's men waited tensely for his command. When I met Evan's pleading gaze, my voice held steady resolve. I called you during my abortion procedure. You hung up. That's when our bond died. I'm not coming back, I don't love you anymore. Evan staggered like he'd been struck by lightning. But, our wedding vows, you promised to love me forever. You promised eternal devotion too. I countered coldly. We're adults. Evan. No one stays chained to empty promises. I've got nothing left to give you, not even regret. As Evan crumpled under the blow, Alex barked. Take him to the station. Watching Evan being dragged away, Alex added bitterly. Why defend Sophia? If she's really dying of cancer, why's she skipping treatment to chase men? During the silent car ride home, Mom and Alex respected my need for space. Back in my room, I slept deeply, no tears, just finality. Days later, Mom insisted Alex take me out. You need fresh air, she urged, though family support had already healed my wounds. In the car, Alex grimaced. Your foster parents' records led Evan to you. My fault for not covering tracks better. Doesn't matter now. I shrugged. He can't rewrite the past. Relieved by my calmness, Alex brightened. Let's hit Ryan's welcome back party. Every eligible guy in South Bay will be there. The fun outing turned out to be a matchmaking trap. Though uninterested in dating, I played along until escaping to a second-floor balcony for solitude. A hand suddenly clamped my wrist. Evan's haggard face appeared. Eyes bloodshot. 2 weeks apart and you're already husband hunting? He sneered. Filthy-minded as ever. I spat, slapping him. The crisp sound hung between us. He touched his cheek, disbelief warring with anguish. The woman who'd once adored him now stood radiantly indifferent. Why won't you forgive me? He rasped. I never actually cheated. Sophia materialized. simpering as she clung to Evan's arm. Amy. How could you hit him? He's still your husband. As I turned to leave, Sophia suddenly stuck out her foot to trip me. Anticipating her move, I stomped her instep with my stiletto. Her scream pierced the air as she tumbled. Evan sidestepped her fall. Cancer patient? I mocked, kicking her shin. You move pretty well for someone terminally ill. Trying to make me accidentally fall downstairs? Evan. Help me. Sophia wailed. But Evan coldly observed. You promised to help win Amy back. Consider this atonement. Sophia gaped at her former ally. You'd betray your best friend like this? Friend? Evan laughed bitterly. You never saw me as one, just a pawn. His haunted eyes met mine. But I walked away without glancing back. She tried to connect lies to deceive him, even making him lose his beloved woman. Sophia looked desperate. But I found it all meaningless. Evan. The problem between us was never about Sophia. Even if Sophia apologized today, what difference would it make? Some feelings, once lost, can't be reclaimed. Sophia might be despicable, but if he'd kept his heart true, how could things have come to this? Without Sophia, there'd still be other women, another Sophia, another Emily. Exhaustion washed over me. Brushing past them, I headed downstairs. Evan panicked, attempting to stop me when a tall silhouette suddenly shielded me. Touch her and you'll regret it, came the dangerously calm voice. Amy. You okay? My brother Alex appeared, revealing the man before us was his friend Ryan, freshly returned from overseas. You're Ryan? Evan's demeanor shifted abruptly. I came to discuss partnership with the Johnson family. The Johnsons never invited you, Ryan stated coldly, signaling the butler. Escort them out. Evan paled. Securing this deal was his company's lifeline. Antagonizing Ryan meant certain ruin. Swallowing pride, he turned to me. Amy. This is your last chance. Come with me now. And we'll start over. The Johnsons tolerate no disrespect. Ryan's voice turned thunderous. Evan sneered. Mr. Williams. I'm simply taking my wife home. This doesn't concern you. Ryan's jaw tightened. Nearby, Sophia glared with venomous jealousy. How could this older woman command such devotion? Before I could respond, Alex snapped. She divorced you months ago. Watch your tongue. Remove them, Ryan commanded. As security ushered them out, Ryan turned to me. You all right? Recognition dawned. This was Evan's biggest client. The man who'd once praised my fish recipe. His knowing smile revealed everything. We'd both loved foolishly. Alex grinned like Christmas came early. Mission accomplished. 1 year later, Ryan insisted on announcing our wedding to everyone we'd ever met. During my bridal fitting, a former colleague gasped. Ms. Johnson. It's really you. She gaped at my gown. I'm surprised to see you here. Weren't you in Jefferson City? The company collapsed 6 months after you left. Evan Enterprises lost its major client, the Williams Group withdrew. Everything went downhill. She rambled nervously. They say Evan blamed Sophia for their child's death. Claimed she had psychosis. Had her institutionalized. Last I heard, she got arrested for bribing doctors. As for Evan, she lowered her voice. Failed startups. Massive debts. Works odd jobs now. Karma. Right? Noticing my silence, she changed subjects. Your fiancé must be amazing. Right on cue. Ryan emerged in his tuxedo, sunlight haloing his broad shoulders. His hopeful gaze locked onto mine. Smiling, I placed my hand in his. He is.